highlighted a lot of background information about Bitcoin and about the immutable distributed ledger and the benefits of that, decentralization versus centralization. A lot of people in this space will use a phrase that you may be familiar with. There's Bitcoin and then there's shitcoin. Are you familiar with that phrase and what people might mean by that?
I am.
It's summertime. What better way to kick back and relax than to win some crypto? All you got to do is be a subscriber and like and comment on all of our videos during the months of July and August for your maximum number of entries. We'll have 17 winners and it's decentralized, so you get to pick the crypto, any coin that you want if you are a winner. So make sure you subscribe and get your chance to enter today. Hey Bit Squad, welcome back to the channel. What an interesting couple days it has been, as crypto has been more in the spotlight than it's ever been before. And actually today's hearing in Congress seemed to be so much more informative than the hearing that was in the Senate yesterday. So almost all of our top 5 stories today for Fresh 5 came out of that meeting. And we actually had some congressmen that really showed that they actually know what they're talking about when it comes to cryptocurrency. And a lot of them really understand the movement and understand that it's absolutely unstoppable. So stay tuned for a lot of those stories. But first, let's jump into the markets. Market Watch. All right, guys, so after the big dip yesterday, we had a little bit of a bounce. We're at least back up to 9,700. A lot of people think that the next place we're heading is 10,500 for another retest. Market cap up about 4 billion from when we checked yesterday. Bitcoin dominance pretty much exactly the same at 65.5%. Biggest winners of the day, a lot of altcoins had some good recoveries today. Nana, Theta Token, Agrisha, Litecoin, and Bytem all with about 10% gains or better. Biggest losers of the day, Clipper Coin after a big pump yesterday, Metaverse, Lambda, Crypto.com Chain, and Quant. It's time for the Fresh 5 top news stories of the day, starting with number 5. Now, we recently talked about the head of the IMF recently resigning, Christine Lagarde. Today, the IMF has put out this article that says crypto assets may surpass traditional forms of money. And basically what it's talking about is that over time, there's going to be 2 specific forms of money, bank deposits and cash, that are really going to struggle. And they basically believe that digital currency will take over. So we have the head of the banking world, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, now saying that they believe that digital money will take over at some point. It's just a matter of time. The writing is on the wall, guys. We are not crazy. We're getting confirmation after confirmation, especially this week, and this is just yet another piece of that confirmation. Number 4. So everyone's favorite congresswoman or favorite congresswoman to hate, depending on where you are politically, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, had a very interesting exchange with David Marcus today at the hearing. And she brought up a pretty good point. Basically what she said is that, okay, you guys are one of, let's say, 28 or 30 votes, however many the organization is ultimately going to be that's going to control Libra. You guys all have votes, but who is electing those people to have the votes? Basically, what she's saying is it's not a democratic process. And so because of that, even though Facebook will only control one of the votes, it still can be very centralized. And it was an interesting point that she brought up. And so the question is, will they change that? Will they make it where some of the, votes on the system are, let's say, democratically elected? I doubt that they will, but she did bring up a really interesting point and expose a part of Libra's plan that could be off here. Number 3. While we've seen a lot of congressmen and senators be very bullish on Bitcoin compared to Libra, Senator Pat Toomey is one exception to that. He actually said, and we reported on this yesterday, that we should give Libra coin a chance, and today he expanded upon that. He actually said today that he believes that Libra coin could be the path to adoption for digital currency, and that is why we should give it a shot. due to the volatility of Bitcoin. Because of the volatility and really of almost all cryptocurrencies, a stablecoin gives us the best chance for adoption. And in general, I actually kind of do agree with that. I don't necessarily agree for sure that it will be Libra coin, but a stablecoin definitely brings a different perspective and gives consumers and retailers confidence. Now, should it be pegged to the US dollar? I think that is a whole different question, but it's very interesting to see all of these senators and congressmen giving their opinions today on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Number 2. So we got a lot of fresh perspectives today. We're going to talk about one of the number 1 story that I found to be absolutely phenomenal. We already talked about AOC's perspective, which you got to give her credit. That was a good question that she came up with regardless of what side of the political aisle you fall on. But really what came clear today was the political ideology between or for the Democrats and the Republicans towards Libra coin. So basically the Democrats wanted to know, are you going to comply with all regulations? They're regulate. They basically said that what they wanted David Marcus to do was to go back to Facebook and say, we're going to hold off on Libra coin until everything gets regulated. We're not going to build anything else. That's what they wanted him to say. The Republicans on the other side were really more fascinated with the liberty side of cryptocurrency. And like Facebook, for instance, doesn't allow gun transactions to occur on their site. They don't do advertising for gun transactions. But would they allow Libra coin to be used for gun transactions? That was a really interesting question that came up. But one thing they both agreed on, the Republicans and the Democrats, was that David Marcus needed to do a better job answering questions. And so what I think will happen from this is we will see another hearing about this probably within 30 to 60 days, probably closer to 60 days in my opinion, where we will see David Marcus go back up there once again. Now, you may not like David Marcus because he works for Facebook, but he's had other significant blockchain jobs. And in my opinion, while he is working for Facebook, I think he is a pretty good representative for cryptocurrency. I think he really made the crypto world proud, I think we can say. Now, if we could separate that from, the Facebook side of it and, the centralization problems and all those issues, that's one thing. However, David Marcus over the last 2 days did own everything Facebook has done, and most of those mistakes and problems, including the Cambridge Analytica hack or whatever happened there where everyone's information got out, I don't even think he was working at Facebook at that time when those decisions were made. So he had to kind of go and take on the heat for a lot of things that Facebook's done in the past, even though he might not have necessarily been involved in it. So I give him, big hats off to him, and I think we're going to see a lot more come from this. This isn't the last time we're going to see him probably in front of, Congress and Senate. Hold up, it's time for an IOST break. All right, guys, so tomorrow we are going to be having our IOST Q2 Partners Contribution Sharing Conference. This is where a lot of the nodes that did well, that achieved Tier 1, and even some that didn't, we're all going to have the opportunity to talk about our contributions over the last month and things like that. So it's going to be a very interesting, conversation. If you would like, you can actually join the conference. This isn't, just for the nodes. There is a link in the Medium article about the Q2 conference. But it's going to be really interesting because we all know the price has been dropping. We've been moving down CoinMarketCap instead of up. So it's going to be up to us as the nodes on the network to try to figure out a better way to get the message out of IOST. Obviously, I talk about it on the channel every day. Some people choose to fast forward through this point of the video, which is fine if that's something that you want to do. But I will definitely be reporting back to you guys, what we do in that conference, what we talk about, and any significant changes or any significant directions that we're going to be going moving forward. The number 1 crypto story of the day. One thing I love is in the political sphere when we get new crypto heroes. Of course, we know Christopher Giancarlo, aka Crypto Dad from the CFTC, Crypto Mom, who is Hester Pierce from the SEC. We also have Bitcoin Sign Guy, which you may know. I actually got to meet him at the Bitcoin 2019 conference, which was really cool. Had a lot of different heroes. Now we have a new hero. House Representative, not Senator, Congressman Representative Patrick McHenry from the 10th District of North Carolina. He showed today that he understands cryptocurrency, he understands the vision, and he also understands you can't kill Bitcoin. There's no one to go after, and that's the beautiful thing about it. You know, when you compare Bitcoin to other cryptocurrencies, I'm a believer in a fully tokenized economy. I do believe in the future that we will have tons of cryptocurrencies. I believe in altcoins, but Bitcoin to me will always be the godfather. It will always be the one that is around. You can't kill it. There's no centralized place that sets the price. All of these other cryptocurrencies are trying to figure out decentralization, and Bitcoin has it, aside from maybe some blockstream issues that people can bring up. But this was his quote today. I think there's no capacity to kill Bitcoin. Even the Chinese, with their firewall and their extreme intervention on their society, cannot kill Bitcoin. So distributed ledger, full and open in the essence of Bitcoin as a first mover in the space, the developer of this technology. My point here is you can't kill Bitcoin. And when talking about Libra coin, he said new iterations of this that are trying to mimic it, they're not fully distributed. They are not fully open. They are different, or there are different mechanisms to kill it. You're talking about something that was a joke 10 years ago that people were giving away for free. Well, not a joke, but people were giving it away for free, and it's now trading at $10,000. And he talked about in the hearing itself about the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto and how you absolutely cannot kill what was set in motion there. Anyone who tries to stifle it only ends up getting frustrated because you can't kill it. And that's what people don't understand. When I talk to people that don't know about cryptocurrency, they just have the craziest ideas. Like, okay, but what if somebody just shuts it down? Or, what if all of a sudden they just make more of it when you thought there was only 21 million? It's like, you don't understand. That's not possible. More than half of the network, 51%, would have to agree on anything to make any changes to Bitcoin, which would make it a majority. Even if there were changes in the future, it would have to be by a majority. No one person can kill Bitcoin. No group of people can kill Bitcoin, and governments are figuring this out. And I'll tell you, I've been super impressed with Congress and the Senate's research in general that they did on Bitcoin and on cryptocurrency to the point that many, like Patrick McHenry, seem to understand it. A year ago, that would not have been possible. If you listen to things that people said a year ago, then, they had no idea what it was. But over this last year, they've really learned and they've really processed, the full reach of what cryptocurrency and Bitcoin can be. Of course, there were some haters. There are always going to be haters. Brad Sherman, we know we all hate that guy, has had more negative comments to make lately about cryptocurrency. But the heart of all of this, the heart of these meetings over the last 2 days is this message right here. You can't kill Bitcoin, and they're learning, guys. They're learning what we've known for a long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit your comment for your contest entry. BitBoy out.